Hello and welcome to another update video on the Nord Modular editor. So a lot has changed since the previous video, although you might have seen this already because this version has been up for I think 2 weeks now, so yeah, there's a chance you have already seen the update. But the updates are quite big compared to what I shown in the last video. And I thought let's run through it so to give an idea what has changed. The big change is that this site has moved from being basically just an editor to what now is a community approach on top of that. Basically meaning that you can save your patches under your account and that you can, of course, browse the patches of others. And additionally, you can like patches, comment on patches, and do the things that you probably expect you would be doing. So as you can see, this is the homepage. It's a bit fresher. There's some content on there. There's a lot of colorful stuff on there, which I will get to in a bit. As you can see, I'm logged in as myself. You have a profile, you can add some links here. I have a SoundCloud and a YouTube link, and you can see the things you have been doing here, which is my patches, my likes, and some comments I've been making. And obviously every patch has its own detail page where you can see the full image and the full information and comments if there were any. So back to the home page. Yeah, there's some stuff listed with regards to patches and content, which mostly boils down to some sorting. So we have the latest patchings, we have the most liked patches and the most commented patches shown here. We have the most popular tags, a small list of them. And we have a featured patch. I thought that would be a nice idea to now and then pick an interesting or pretty creation by someone. The first one is by me. So we can have some variation on, hey, please take a look at this because it's a nice one. So how would that go if you were to create something and save it? That is done through the editor, which is still there, still mostly the same, I think. We still need to connect our synth, obviously, grant MIDI access. There we go. And there's our patch currently running. If you were to save it to your account, you would have an option here in the patch menu. You can save to a file, you can save to the synth, or you can save the patch to your account. That will bring up this menu. You can either save as new or update an existing one. A title, a description, and we have tags. You can freely create your own tags, or I don't know, you get things that already exist, but you're free to create new ones. You can create alternative versions. These get linked on the detail page, so if you have something that is a slight variation of something you already built, you can select an existing patch. And we have a patch image, which is quite an elaborate system that I created to basically create a lot of variety in patch images. So what you can do here is you can use this one, which is the default, which is a bit of a representation of the current style that you're looking at, or you can randomize it. And randomizing gives a huge variety of things that are being displayed. And if you feel really brave, you can also fully customize this system by getting access to every single parameter that is part of this image creation process. So this is quite quite a lot of things that I added here, and the sole reason for that I wanted to have some kind of imagery on the site, because otherwise it would be very visually not very pleasing to look at the site, in my opinion. But also I would not want users to upload an image, because that seemed a bit odd to me. So I thought, why not derive the image from the data? So that's what it's actually doing. It uses the actual modules, it uses the actual module positions, it uses the actual cable connections, and it uses the layouts that it's not variable, but I do have the, not variable per patch, the layout. Obviously the modules always look the same. So I draw also the modules, the knobs and the dials and such in a very simple way in this image. So again, the default looks a bit like the editor, and you can change a lot. You can change how the cables are drawn. You can change how the this one's pretty. You can change the where is that? Yeah, for this one you can change how much the cables are hanging. There's obviously a lot of palette choices. Yeah, there is a lot. So as I said, the only reason I did this was to have a lot of visually pleasing stuff. This is not something I expect people to be doing on this customized page, but it is very, very fun to play with, to be honest. But yeah, the main intent is that people click a few times this randomize button and they will find something and think, this is what I want, and then you save your patch. And that's basically it. It will now be added to your profile. There you go. Let's see if I can also show the variations. I might have that. So as you saw, you could list something as being an alternative version of another one. And as you can see, these show up here. So these three are always then listed together. This number 1, the number 4, and the one without it. So you can always see them like that. And then the most important feature, I think, is this Send to Synth button, which makes everything a lot of fun, because wherever you are, you will find this Send to Synth button, which does what you probably expect it to do. It will send it to your Nord Modular. You can have some options to never show this dialog again, and to open the editor after sending, whatever you want. But this is all it takes to have it now in your synthesizer. As you can see, it's running in the editor, and this button appears everywhere. So this little paper plane is the Send to Synth option. So from wherever you are, you can say, hey, a featured patch, or what would it sound like? And you would know immediately. So yeah, the Send to Synth button is a lot of fun to explore what is on the site. And even more fun is when you use it in combination with the random patch option, which gives you a random patch, but also gets you in the random patch mode, basically, which you can continue from here. So you get a random patch. You can again send it to your synth. Don't ask confirmation again. Listen to it, and you see that, hey, you're in random mode, and to continue, you can either get a new random patch, or you can also get a random patch out of these 4 random tags, which might be a nice way to find the next random patch. And even to make it more efficient is that you can, in random mode, enable this thing, which sends the next a random patch automatically to your synth, so you would not have to click this send to synth button. You would do this, you would do this, and every patch gets, you see it in the bottom left here, and gets immediately sent to the synth. I don't have the synth sound output connected, so you don't hear it, but this is a very entertaining way to just keep on clicking and immediately listen to all the patches that are currently in there. So what is currently in there, you can explore also in the all patches page, which lists everything in here currently, 141 pages. I think we have about 3,000 now. You can show them as a grid. You can search for a title, you can search for a specific tag, give me all the base patches, or by a specific member, or by a specific creator, which I will show in a bit what that exactly means. When searching for a tag, it will give you the remaining possible tags of everything that's currently shown, so you can easily search for an FM bass. You can also search by the tags. Obviously, all tags are in here listed by how many times it's used, and it displays the amount of patches there. I'm not fully sure yet if this being this if tags being freely creatable is the perfect way to go, because you get a lot of similar terms for the same thing. But yeah, let's see. Then we also have collections. So collections are, let's read what the site says they are. Collections are curated bundles of patches from an external creator or archive rather than patches uploaded by a member. So we currently have 4 collections. We have the factory presets. You can have folders in collections, not always the case, but you can. I'm saying you can, but these are not creatable by users, so these are not, you cannot do this. I create these collections myself. What else do we have? Notley 2 emulation by Clavia. And you get a lot of patches like that. One fun collection is the Rob Hordijk's Nord Modular Legacy, famous name. He created a lot of cool stuff. Some in folders, some not, and you can explore it as you please. And this is also where the creator shows up, which we saw on the all patches page. So you can search for a member or for patches by a member, or you can search for patches by a creator, and it says over here already, creators are not members of this site. Where were we? Where were we? Yeah, so if you go to the Nord Modular Rob Hordijk collection, you see this is created by Rob Hordijk, and this is not clickable, this is not a user. So that's what a creator is in this context. They are for patches in collections. If we go to this collection, you see, as I explained, these can have folders. These can even have folders in folders. I'm not sure if that's used here, but as a user, you can also use folders, although that's a lot simpler. If you want to, no, I don't have it here. You could use folders to organize your own stuff a bit. These are not nested, and you don't have to use them, but let's say you have some kind of organization or theming that you want to group your patches by, you could use folders here, and you can create your own I don't know, the old patches from 2000. And you can, you could use that to organize a bit. Not necessary, but you can. So that's already a lot of patches that you can explore, and yeah, you can create them through the editor, but you can also import things if you were to have some laying around. This is not fully complete yet. You can have 3 places where patches live, basically on a file in your synth or on your account. And this tool allows you to transfer one of these to one of these. And only one combination currently works, which is from files to your account. Can demonstrate what happens. So this is files to cloud. I think I have some here. So if I were to, I don't know, this is my old zip drive. Let's imagine this is my old zip drive. I put them here, go to the next page. So tags are automatically extracted from the file names, or at least as best as I can. It's far from ideal. It's a really good idea to go through them all, because sometimes it finds nothing, and it only, the only thing it can use currently is the file name. But if you're happy with that, you could go to the next page, give a description. If you want all to have the same description, you can give each patch a random image, and then you can import them, which I will not do here, but it will be done in a few seconds. So that's an easy way to import your things you have lying around, your patches, to your account in a very easy way. I think that basically sums up the community part. That is the big change to the site. But there have been some more changes here and there. So let's take a look and go to the editor. The things I have changed there is giving, I think, all of them the displays that you see here. So we have now, these were all, nearly all, I think all were left blank, but they now have nice displays for filters, for envelopes. I think the phasers also looks pretty nice. Phaser. Yeah, it has this nice thing. Oh, not that one, this one. So, yeah, I don't know all of them, but I think they all should have a nice display now. I also added more ways to customize the way the editor looks. I already had some of that previously in the displays, is what you could change, and there's obviously still the dark mode, but that has been expanded a bit with these color presets in the settings. So you can basically set what each mode, dark mode or light mode, uses for its theming. I think there are more darkish themes than light themes, but yeah, some look pretty nice. And if you want, you can fully customize it, because the things you can change are the background, the modules themselves, the displays, well, we already had that, the cables, so they all have themes that you can set. The inputs and the outputs, which is probably what you want to keep to same as cables, but you could also use different things for that. And the lights, which are these lights, and also for sequencers. But yeah, you can also just pick one of these. or not touch it at all up to you. What else? Yeah, apart from using this to add modules, which you can do, I also added Command or Control click to do it through here. I'm not sure if I want to keep both. I think so, but yeah, this is a nice helper menu to do so. I also added in the inspector the parameters that this module has. So it already had a small short text about the module, but it now also lists all the parameters if you forgot what one was about. And these also show up in the module catalog, which is here on the left, but you can also use this small link here to immediately go to this page. As you can see, we're now in the module catalog. And this shows you the full information. Parameters, inputs and outputs. You can see both. And you can explore here in this module catalog all the modules. As you can see, G2 modules are also in here. I will come to that in a bit. Okay, back to the editor. So yeah, that module info from the module detail page is also quickly available here, parameters and also the input outputs if you were to read up on that. Another thing I added is to see what parameter is changing when you do that externally, because I often found myself turning a knob and not seeing immediately where that was happening. So if I go to a patch that has some knobs assigned, let me explore from the synth now. Oh! Error. We still have errors sometimes. If that happens, you can always, like as you can see, I just selected another patch now, but if you get some errors, just refresh the page, fully refresh, and it will quickly catch up and grab the latest stuff from the synth, so it's easily recoverable if that happens. So this patch has some knobs assigned, and if I turn one, you see on the bottom right there, and now on the top left, you see a small border appear for the module that I am turning a knob on. So you still have to look what exact parameter it does, but at least you get a quick indication on. It has a bit of a timeout, so turning the knob again won't immediately show it, but yeah, you don't have to do a full search for the full patch to find out what the hell is this knob that I'm turning now doing. That saves a bit. There's also this overview of the current knob and MIDI assignments if you were interested in that. Both knobs and MIDI controls are listed here to what they are set to for this patch. There's also now, it was also missing a minor thing, in the drum synth we now have, I think this does not fit CPU wise for the synth. I don't think I could add that, so let's try an empty patch, drum synth. So we now have presets. This one was still missing. I went through all the values for the original presets and put them in here, so you can mess around with those. Again, I mentioned this last time, but let's show it again for people who did not see that. So yeah, if you open the inspector for this synth, this is a nice one to work with the randomizer. A randomizer lists every parameter of the selected module, and you can randomize it. The mute is probably not something you want to randomize. The filter mode, yeah, probably. So you can just do this with every module, but yeah, drum synth is a lot of fun to do this with. Yeah, if you want more information about that, watch the previous update video. It shows it in a bit more detail, or just go explore. Then also I have added a focus mode, specifically in the editor. There's already, in the rest of the site, you can collapse the sidebar if you want. But in the editor, an additional button appears, which is the focus mode, which will basically remove all the top header bars. So you're only left with a patch editor and the bar on the left, which is a nice way to efficiently use your screen space. Also, this site is a progressive web app, which I don't think that is currently part of the recording. No, the recording does not show on top here the URL bar. But yeah, since this is a progressive web app, or PWA, the URL bar will show a button to install this, meaning you can just install this as an application, and you can also use it offline. So if you have a studio that you prefer to not have your computer connected to the internet, you can just install this as a standalone app. Obviously, a lot of features will be disabled. You will not see the home page, you will not see patches, but you can use the editor. Then, as I already showed, the module catalog has G2 modules. And it actually has a lot of G2 modules. This is what I've been working on for the last week or so, and this was a ridiculous amount of work. There are nearly 170. For the G1, it was already a lot of work. I think it has 110, 120 or so, but this was a lot more. And yeah, there are a lot. And also, let me show you, this is not publicly available yet, but this even works. So we can connect over USB. My G2 engine is now connected. Your browser asks you for permission to actually connect to it. And as you can see, we have in this slot a G2 engine simultaneously connected to the other one. So you can have G1 and G2 connected and edit them, use them at the same time. This G2 editor is, as I said, not publicly available, but as you can see, it works. And this is coming from the G2, so it's now in performance mode. I can switch to patch mode. I have running sequencers. I can also, obviously change the looks here. It's all the same. It's all shared between the other editor. So yeah, that's already a lot of work being done on the G2. Still needs a lot of work, but functionally I can interact with it. I can add modules here as well. Where is it? Oh, it appears here. That's not good. Yeah, this is currently the thing I've been working on mostly. Functionally, this is already, I can interact with the modules. I can add modules. It's all working. I can load modules from the synth itself. And as I mentioned, you can just run this simultaneously with the let's go back to the default one. You can run this simultaneously with your G1 as well. So I can just go to the G1 editor and it will load the G1 editor, and I can go to the G2 editor and it will show me what's going on there. So this is very exciting. As I said, not yet publicly available. Probably soon will be. So yeah, that's the thing I am currently mostly doing, fixing the G2 stuff. And yeah, when that's done, you can obviously do the same things you can do with the G1. There's already, you may have seen this, things are already listed here as being a G1 patch, and these will, this G2 will obviously save them to the G2 format. And the send to synth buttons, these will respond or disable themselves whether there's a compatible synth connected. So if I now turn off my G1, you will already see that it quickly detects. Yeah, it's now already disabled. It's already also removed from the slot, so it detects whether it has a compatible synth that it can send this one to. And yeah, same will happen for G2. Those buttons will become available when I'm now turning on my synth again. And there they go again. Send to synth is enabled. So yeah, that's currently the state of the Nord Modular editor. Thanks for watching. If you have any comments, leave them underneath the video or join the Discord. There's a Discord channel. Discord's being linked here. So yeah, that's it. I hope you liked what you saw. Again, thanks for watching, and until the next one.